In the Money Media's coverage of a loaded day of racing, Travers Day at Saratoga continues with this video. Grade 1 coverage of the Forego. PTF and JK here with you. JK, I feel like the conversation of this year's Forego should start with our 8 to 5 morning line favorite. That's Mulligan for Rudy Brissett and Flavien Prat. How serious of a contender is this one for you?
Yeah, Rudy is primed to make some noise in these stakes races here on Saturday. Yeah, Mulligan just seems to be traveling in the right direction, right? Comes in off of 3 wins. He's got fast figures. He's drawn well. He gets the red-hot stakes riding Flavien Prat. He's got a lot of things in his corner, but I don't think it's as simple as Mulligan to the wreck.
I would agree. We're talking about a horse that definitely should be kept on side. After all, we are dealing with a runner that looks like the best speed, don't like to fade the best speed in sprints, but there's a lot of interesting horses in here. Let's see if we can find one at maybe a little bit more of an appealing price when it comes to this year's Forego. Let's go to the inside and talk about Gun Pilot for a minute, Jonathan. Steve Asmussen, by his own high standards, not having the best meet in the world. This is a horse that has certainly the credentials for a race like this, but really didn't look himself last time in the True North. Do you think Gun Pilot might be able to rebound?
Yeah, it's possible, right? I mean, it's been pretty well publicized that during that Belmont Stakes Racing Festival that the forward and inside is where you wanted to be. Gun Pilot was not there, so there's always an opportunity in which he can improve off of that. And he is in the right hands of Steve Asmussen, who knows his way around this sprint division pretty well with horses like Matoli and Jackie's Warrior, and the list goes on. So I think that it's possible that Gun Pilot can rebound, but I'm a little bit concerned about what price he's going to be in that scenario.
I worry about him maybe getting a little bit too far back. Another horse I wanted to talk to you about before we get to our selections at the end of this video is number 5, Run Classic. This horse is only a listed stake winner, but does have a progressive profile, meaning he looks like he's moving forward, and does have a 105 Beyer speed figure back on the resume. Maybe needed the run off that break in Florida. Maybe that was just a prep for this. This is a horse that was listed at 5 to 1 in the morning line. David Aragona, the morning line maker, is better at this game than me. I'm not going to pretend anything otherwise, but this horse feels like one that could maybe slip away in the betting a little bit to me. If this horse becomes 8 to 1, 10 to 1, I'd get very interested. Where do you stand with number 5, Run Classic?
Yeah, I mean, another one that makes sense to me with Run Classic. I think Jose D'Angelo does a great job. Young, up-and-coming trainer. And I think this is a wide open race. Like I said, Mulligan and Gun Pilot both won't shock me if they're in the winner's circle with the blanket over their back getting their picture taken, but it feels like it's more complex than that. Run Classic, definitely one of the horses that you could include in a spot like this if you're trying to spread.
I get the idea that you are trying to spread in this race, and that in your multi-race bets, including this all grade 1 pick 5, you're going to have a number of runners across various combinations. Am I reading that right?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's one of those situations where, to me, this sequence does have some straightforward races. It gets started straightforward. There's some straightforward spots in between. And so I think this is the kind of the spot where you can pick up that 5, 6, 7 to 1 shot to try to juice it up a little bit. So, yeah, this is definitely a spreadier feel for me.
Okay, we're going to get to our top selections in this race, but we got a little bit of business to do, starting with a very easy one. You talked to JK about all the other races, some more straightforward than others. We've got previews of all the grade 1s coming up on this In the Money Media YouTube channel. We want you to subscribe to the ITM channel. That way you will not miss any of our YouTube exclusive content. We're getting so close to our 10,000 subscriber goal. We can get there immediately if you just help us out by going right away to the button that says subscribe on the In the Money Media YouTube channel and click that notification bell so you never miss a new episode. The algorithm can be funny with what it serves up to you. The way to make sure you don't miss anything on the channels you love is to click that notification bell too. So please help us out and do that. Also want to very quickly thank our sponsors from Winners Circle Proxy Service. This is a great way to play in the best contests for the NFL. Millions of dollars on the line here, folks. 16 million guaranteed, and you do not have to be in Las Vegas to play. You or a member of your team has to get there, and then Winner's Circle Proxy will take care of the rest. Learn more. They'll help you out with arranging your plan to get out there as well. Just fill out this little contact form. You see winnercircleproxy.com/ITM. That's the URL to do it. And make sure you tell them that In the Money Media sent you. All right, let's get to where the rubber meets the road. I'm going to go first, JK. I've got a cheeky one in this race that I think could make an impact. Number 7, Anchor. This horse hasn't even won a listed stake, and he's 6 years old, now debuting in a grade 1. Sounds crazy, but maybe it's not. I still like this horse a little. Last race was a career best. I thought it came with a tricky trip. Felt like the published figure might even be low. 2 of the 3 to come back out of that race to run have improved their numbers significantly. Could be part of the early pace mix. And we've talked so much on our podcast side about the great job Phil Bauer does. I'm going to keep this horse in the mix for sure. It's possible going to be outclassed or too slow, but you don't get double-digit long shots that tick all the boxes. Look, Mulligan's a more likely winner. Mulligan's an A as well, but I'm going to go with Anchor as an interesting long shot in this year's Forego. Who's your top pick?
Yeah, I've got no issues with Anchor at all. Cagliostro to me is interesting, drawn towards the outside. Horse will be cutting back a little bit, has been running around, some of those one-turn miles, but has also gone a little bit further and just feels like a tactical horse who is going to be finishing while the rest of them are not. Cherie DeVoe also set up to have a nice couple of races here in this these grade 1 sequences with Vava going a little bit earlier. So I like Cagliostro from the outside. Like I said, this is a spready opportunity for me, but my top choice would be Cagliostro.
Good stuff, JK. Want to encourage folks, another way to help us out, take the In the Money Media survey. We've already awarded money on the podcast side for people completing the survey. You know what? We're going to pick another responder to give $100 free bet to Labor Day weekend. Maybe we'll say for the Pacific Classic even. Go to inthemoneypodcast.com/survey. Take a couple minutes, fill this out, and have a chance to win a $100 free bet. PTF and JK will be back with much more coverage. Keep it locked to the In the Money Media YouTube channel.